The information shared is for educational purposes only. Before taking any action, please seek the advice of a financial or tax professional. Hi, welcome. My name is Ron Yaish from specialneedslifeplanning.com. Here we are on the Maryland Able website. Our goal today is to kind of do a walkthrough, demo, walkthrough, whatever you want to call it, to just get around this website and this platform to see what's available, what information is there, and what can we learn about the Maryland Able plan. We're not going to be going into depth on Able accounts, the 529A Able accounts. For that, you could look for a link below this video for a free webinar that we offer at specialneedslifeplanning.com. And during that webinar, we go through, we do a pretty good job at covering a lot of the details that make up an Able account. Okay, so here we are. It's marylandable.org. We are here together. The purpose of this walkthrough is really for educational purposes. We're not making any recommendations per se. And before taking any action, please, please, please seek the guidance of a professional. I know a lot of us are do-it-yourselfers, and that's great for many areas of your life. But when it comes to financial decisions, some of them that may have an impact on services and government benefits and other family members, and it's important to seek some guidance to make sure you're doing the right thing for the right reasons. And okay, so let's take a look. Enjoy more independence and a better quality of life. That is the overall theme of the Able accounts, to improve the quality of life of the individual with special needs. How it works, watch the savings add up. Okay, so right away, Maryland wastes no time. They go into what this account is all about. You could contribute. This is the beginning of 2018. You can contribute $15,000 a year into this account. That is the max per year that you can put into this account. The individual with special needs, him or herself, may put that in, or other family members. Anybody can really make a contribution and a gift towards this account. As of December 22nd, 2017, there was a law that was passed that allows an individual, him or herself, that is eligible for an Able account. If that individual works, he or she may contribute an additional $12,060 per year out of their own money. So that is something good to know. So the total that you can put in per year is $27,060. Although that is officially allowed at this point, I don't know any states that began to implement that. We shall see, and if something changes, we will keep you in mind. Please feel free to sign up for our updates at specialneedslifeplanning.com. And we like to keep our followers involved and up to date on things as we see them. Okay, let's see. So the balance limit for this account is $350,000. What that means is once the account reaches $350,000, no more contributions will be accepted. It doesn't mean that it can't grow beyond that. It just means that no more contributions can be made. Please be careful. And I like the way that Maryland is being very clear about this. There is a balance of $350,000, but if you receive SSI benefits, you're not allowed to go over $100,000 on that balance limit. If you do, your SSI benefits may be suspended, which is a really big problem. Okay, similarly, okay. Not sure if you qualify, take our quiz. I like that. Sign up and start saving, creating an account, stay in the know, join our mailing list, and go to our questions. Let's jump right into eligibility and benefits. Just want to learn a little bit more about the Maryland plan. Again, we're going to be skipping around because we're not going to go into all the details of the site, especially if they have to do with ABLE itself. That's what the webinar is for. Okay. Forms and resources. Did I miss something here? The authorized legal representative, otherwise known as an ALR. Seems to be coming up a lot. ALR. Who can open up an account, understand the benefits. These are the expenses. So again, the money from this account was, I'll take a step back. The purpose of this account is for benefiting the life and the quality of life of the individual with special needs. So the funds that are growing and being saved and being given all these tax advantages are meant to benefit that individual. So if there's an eligible expense, otherwise known as a qualified disability expense, then the money being used will not be taxed when it comes out if it's spent appropriately. And so, for example, if you spend it on certain living expenses, education, so a whole host of things. If you want an idea, we do have a free report at specialneedslifeplanning.com, and we'll include the link below for you to get that report as well. Just to give you a little more clarity, again, it's not a comprehensive report. It's not end-all, be-all, but it's definitely going to give you a little more information than just than what you're seeing here. Ooh, I like that. Okay. ABLE account holders are advised to maintain copies of receipts for all purchases and fees when using money from their ABLE accounts. So you're not required to do that, and you don't need to submit that to anybody today. However, it is best practice to keep a log and keep a record of when something was spent, who is the money given to, how much was that money, and what was it for. Those are the four things that you should keep a record of. We hope before this video goes live, we hope to have a resource available for you. Again, look at the links below for you to go and to download a PDF or an Excel file that you could just use and adapt whichever way makes you more comfortable. One other note, good to know that if you are spending the money on housing, please make sure that there's a limited amount of time that money can be in an account. You know, it basically has to come out, if it's coming for housing, come out and be spent almost right away. People have messed up in this area, and you don't want to mess up. You need to speak to somebody about that if you want more information. Okay, let's go back to account overview. We'll take the quiz. We'll jump around. I love taking quizzes. Okay. Although I didn't like them necessarily in school. This is interesting. Okay. Keep in mind that if you decide to split your contributions between the cash and investment option, you will need to put at least 10% of your funds in the investment option. So after having done this for a while, each state really has their own way about doing things, and there is no right or wrong way. We're not here to pass judgment. We're just here to make an observation. So the minimum deposit required is $25 to open a Maryland ABLE account, and a $10 minimum for any contribution or withdrawal thereafter. We've seen minimums of $200 for withdrawals, which may be kind of hard if you don't have that much money, or if you're not ready to spend that amount of money if you want to spend 100. So this is a nice amount. Adding money. The online platform is powered by Someday. Sorry about that. Okay. So the online platform is powered by Someday, the Maryland Able Program Administrator, to securely connect your Able and bank accounts while protecting your information. Okay, thank you. We'll check out Someday in a little bit. Is that a link to, that's a gateway. Okay, that will take us over there. See if we'll do that. Tracking your expenses. Keep in mind, it's a good thing to do. Tax advantage. Okay, so this is for Maryland residents. For Maryland taxpayers, contributions to your account could qualify for an income deduction. Each contributor may deduct up to $2,500 a year for a single filer and $5,000 for joint filers on their state taxes for each beneficiary to whom they contribute. For example, if a Maryland taxpayer contributes $2,500 to beneficiary A's ABLE account and $2,500 to beneficiary B's ABLE account, they may be eligible to subtract $5,000 from their federal adjusted gross income to determine their Maryland adjusted gross income. Remember, if you or your beneficiary live outside of Maryland, you should consider before investing whether your state or your beneficiary state offers state tax or other benefits for investing in its ABLE plan. That's something that we always say. Okay, so let's say there is a generous uncle, and he has 5 nephews and nieces that let's say 6 nephews and nieces with that have special needs and are eligible for ABLE plans. They each have an ABLE plan, so there are 6 ABLE plans out there as to different members of his family. He could contribute $2,500 to each one and get that benefit. So he may contribute to those 6 and get $15,000 off. Don't see a limit, but that is the advantage for those that live in Maryland. That's why it's good to check out your own state's plan first before looking at other plans, which is something that we always mention as well. Check out the investment options. Take a little water break. Excuse me. Okay. When you decide to set up an ABLE account, one size doesn't fit all. That's why we've proposed several investment options to help you find the one that best fits your needs. Okay. They have a conservative option, a moderate option, an ABLE aggressive option. You may choose one of 3 investment portfolios. Okay. And there's a cash option, 100% of its funds deposited in FDIC insured account with Bank of New York Mellon, which is the bank. Again, that's FDIC insured up to $250,000. Be sure to review the plan disclosure documents for specific risks, and be sure to check with an investment professional if you need advice. Fees. There's a low annual fee of $35 for each Maryland ABLE account to keep everything running smoothly. Not uncommon. We've seen that in most of the plans. There are also low fees on the underlying mutual funds, which are part of each of the investment options, and an administrative fee assessed on the overall account assets. These add up to 0.3% and 0.38%. So it's 0.33% to 0.38% of the account balance that gets charged. Additional fees are added when you opt out of electronic statements or request a withdrawal check instead of doing everything online. You can check them out in our FAQs. Okay, so other plans really tell you what the whole fee is and let you know that you get a credit if you do the electronic statement or if you keep things to mostly online. Here they're telling you the opposite. The fee is $35, but if you want the paper options, you're going to pay more. Okay, that's fine. Everybody's got their own way to do it. Stay in the know, specific questions. Let's go to the, actually, let's go back up. Let's go to the FAQs. Okay. All right. Whew. A lot of stuff here. Okay. How do I make a contribution online? It's just the usual stuff like your name, address, the amount you want to contribute, whether you, okay, so let's just click that. No. I'd like to make a point about gifting. How will I know if I received a gift? Okay, let's see. When a gift contribution has finished being processed, you'll get an email letting you know someone contributed to your account. All processed gift contributions will also appear in your activity feed. That's good. Please keep in mind any gift contributions made through an online gift page will not be available for withdrawal for 30 business days. Okay. Are gift givers charged a fee if they contribute through my page? There's a convenience fee taken from the gifting contribution. The amount of the fee depends on the method of payment and the account you have. Debit card fees are 2.9%. There's an ACH fee. Okay. What if I no longer want to have an online gifting page for my account? No problem. You can delete it at any time. What happens if I select? Okay. This is neat. I would love to see the gifting page. What I have recommended and what I know a number of people have done, which I think is kind of smart, is they'll send a letter, an email out to close friends and family members of the individual who's the account owner, and they will say, this is so-and-so's savings account. Another option, if you were thinking about getting him or her a birthday gift or a holiday gift, is to contribute into so-and-so's account. This doesn't impact so-and-so's benefits as long as, and here is the address. Here is the account number. Here is the official name of the account, which is the individual's name. And if you want to make it easier, you can give them a self-addressed stamp envelope. With Maryland, it seems that there's actually a page that you could just link into that without doing all of what I just recommended, so that they can just make a payment directly on that page. Seems to be a small fee that's associated with that. And they're letting you know how you can go live with that, spending a lot of time on that because it's a big deal, your loved ones want to do right by you. This coincides actually with something that I usually tell my own clients, which are part of my wealth management and financial planning clients, when we're working with our families who have children with special needs. We like to send out a letter like this, either before the holidays or before the birthday, and we like to include another piece that in the event that you were thinking about including so-and-so in your estate planning, not telling you need to, but if you were planning on it, these are the best ways to help so-and-so, either contributing some funds towards his ABLE account, and before this was available, we'd also recommend making contribution towards the individual's special needs trust. What that does is two things. You never really know when and we send this out on an annual basis. Well, the individual does. You never really know when somebody's doing their estate planning, right? And people review it every number of years, every few years. So they get a letter like that and they keep the individual that you're discussing in mind, which is good because maybe they didn't think about leaving something to him and her, and now they will. Or maybe they were planning on doing it anyway, they just didn't know how to do it. So you're really, you're getting all the stumbling blocks out of the way, which is key because you're making it easier for them to help the individual with special needs. The other, which unfortunately sometimes does happen in the reverse, people don't get these types of letters and they say, I want to take care of my great nephew or my cousin or whoever it is. And they leave a $50,000 gift in their estate planning. And when that gift comes through, it creates a lot of complications because the check was made out directly to the individual. The individual is not really allowed to have assets. How does this get remedied? It really creates a whole host of problems and challenges, I should say, because we can navigate through this. It doesn't, it complicates things. So we have this thing called a gifting letter. Our clients send out once a year to their close friends and family members so that they can keep an individual in mind. Okay. How does the gifting work? They're spending a lot of time on gifting, which I guess is important. I'm going to actually reach out to Marilyn. Maybe I can get like a demo account. This seems like something I may want to demo and not just leave to text because some people are really may benefit from that. Who can be a beneficiary of a Maryland Able account? They tell you documentation's required. What is disability certification? How do I manage different bank accounts with multiple beneficiaries? Can I open or manage more than one Maryland Able account? They say yes. That's a funny answer. You can open and manage multiple accounts for beneficiaries if you are their authorized legal representative. Okay, so they're talking about a case manager, a family member who's authorized legal representative of a number of family members or a member of an agency. Just to be clear, an individual, there could only be one Able account, one Able account per individual with special needs. So as opposed to, let's say there's a guy by the name of Sammy, he has 4 grandparents, right? So each grandparent can have their own Able account. Scratch that. Each grandparent can have their own 529 college savings account, and 4 of those accounts go to benefit, Sammy, which is great. However, Sammy's sister Amanda, who is eligible for an Able account, may only have one Able account, one 529A account that benefits her. Those 4 grandparents could contribute to this one, but there may be only one. So let's just make that clear. Here they're trying to clarify if somebody is managing a number of accounts, you can do that if you are the authorized legal representative, the ALR. Does he authorized? Okay, so they're explaining this. Can money in my Able account be recovered in bankruptcy? No, the Able account is protected from bankruptcy. Cool. Okay, let's go back up. We've covered a lot. Let's see what else we want to do. Just look at about for a moment. Maryland program offers a low fee, varied investment in Maryland to Maryland Able account. Okay. Okay, they give their email address here. You can ask them questions. No one is going to make a recommendation. Should I go conservative? Should I go more aggressive? No one is going to give you that advice. You need to seek the advice of a financial professional or a tax professional for those types of answers. You want to know how the plan works, how I set something up. That's what they'll answer for you. Overview, info, ALR info, events, form, plan disclosure, booklet, participation. Okay, eligible. Okay, and I think that's it. Wait, we wanted to do we wanted to do two things. I always like to take that quiz. See if I could find it. Take the quiz. Woohoo. Okay. Okay. Is the account for me? Okay, let's just say yes. Do you already have an Able account? If I say yes, they're immediately going to say you're not eligible. So we're just going to click yes. Or do you want to, oh, that's smart. Do you want to roll this over into our plan? Okay. That's the only option that they give you, right? And they give you the rollover form. Very smart. Okay. Let's go back. Take the quiz again. It's my account. No. Where do you live? I don't know. Does this, for the age of 26, the answer is yes. Do you receive SSI? If you say yes, then they continue part of the form process. If you say no, then they want to know if you have one of the diagnoses from the form. And then if you do, ooh, this is cool. If you do, then you need to identify what that disability is, and you have to have a doctor sign this off, which I think rocks. Okay. The answer is yes. And good news, you qualify for the account. They say get started. Okay, so let's see what getting started means. Again, I like to just open the door, but I don't like to go in because it's really not appropriate to create unnecessary accounts for these guys. Okay, before you open an account, meet our plan manager. Okay, let's go. We're now going to the someday.com website. This is where it all starts. Okay, start signing up. Start signing up for an Able account by going over some important documents. I want you to give an email address. It counts for me or somebody I'm looking after. Excuse me, I left my cell phone on. Usually don't do that. Who's the account for? I agree that I've read and accepted terms of the following plan documents and important site documents. I'm not going to go on because this means I'm really opening up an account, and I don't think that that's appropriate. There's something called the Able Collaboration powered by Someday. I think that is awesome. Again, thank you for joining us today as we went through the Maryland Able website. If you have any questions about Able plans, how they work, please check out, first and foremost, our webinar down below. You could sign up for a free webinar, but you could email us as well at info@specialneedslifeplanning.com. You can send us questions. You could also give us some ideas of what types of questions you have in general about the life planning process, whether that's vocational questions, insurance questions, whether that's housing questions. We don't know everything. We're not experts in everything, but our mission is to work on your behalf and the community's behalf, and to chip away and to be a stronger and a more vibrant resource for you. So please share this with friends, for individuals, for with other families, other organizations that may benefit. Please help us by liking this, sharing this, and subscribing, and letting people know about us and what we're doing. And I think that's it. All right. Have yourself a wonderful day. And till the next time, bye-bye.
Thank you so much for joining us today. It means a lot that you've spent the time with us. Just wanted to ask you if you could to please subscribe to our channel. It does help us. It means a lot to us. And if you are watching this on the blog, you wouldn't be able to subscribe, but you would be able to put in your email address and join the ABLE Report community. That means when we come out with information, when we come out with our ABLE reports, you would receive it. So please enter your email address if this is on the blog, or click subscribe on right below this video. Thanks so much. Until next time.